So a lot of parents come to me asking, how do I get my child to focus? Or another version of that is today we were doing Q&A call and a parent asked, how do I get my kid to take medication because they won't actually take the pill? That's hard for them. And a lot of the times, there's a distinction that needs to be made between my kid can't focus or my kid can't take pills or my kid won't be motivated and what the actual problem is. I mean, when I was diagnosed with Asperger's when I was 12, I had a ton of issues. Like, it would take 5 hours for me to do homework when it should have taken 15 minutes. I too had trouble swallowing pills. I had trouble being motivated and being focused to do particular things. But the problem is, if you focus on my kid isn't focused and needs to be focused, then you're missing the entire actuality of what is really, really going on. So let's say your kid can't focus. And so I asked the parent, okay, what's going on? They'll say, oh, well, we wake up, it takes forever to get dressed and ready, and it should only take 20 minutes, but it's an hour and a half in this giant stressful thing. We finally get them to school where they can't focus and they're struggling and they're just like going ADD squirrel all the time and then they get home and they're stressed and they try and do homework and they can't focus, and then eventually they either get through the homework or they give up and they go play Minecraft for 5 hours. Okay, interesting. When they play Minecraft for 5 hours, do they take breaks? No, it's really annoying. I can't get them off the computer. I can't get them to take any breaks. It's hard to even get them to eat. So would you say that they're focusing during this time while they're playing Minecraft? You know what? Yeah. Okay. So would you say that they're hyper-focusing during this time, and not only they're good at focusing, but they almost have a masterful level of focus where they won't even let anything distract them, even if they wanted to, even their own bodily functions? Yeah? Okay, so really the problem isn't that they don't have a focusing problem. They have the ability to focus just fine. They have mastered the ability to focus. The problem is that they don't have the motivation to use the focusing ability. So, you see now, if you take your kid to psychiatrists and psychologists and say, my kid can't focus, and they go, here's some focusing medication, or let's teach you how to focus, then no wonder it isn't working, because that's not the actual problem. The actual problem is the motivation to use the focusing ability. Now, if we look at this in a completely different way, and we take a separate question, breaking it down like this still applies. Like, my kid won't take medication. They can't swallow stuff. Okay, well, if you give them lunch, do they eat it? Yeah. So their swallowing mechanism is working just fine. They don't choke on their food, do they? No. Okay, so it's not the fact that they have trouble actually swallowing the pill because they've demonstrated that they have the ability to swallow. It's that they don't trust themselves in doing that action. And that is a completely separate problem and a completely separate entity. On one hand, you have my kid cannot swallow pills, and on the other hand, you have my kid does not trust his body's own mechanisms when he swallows something whole that he has not chewed a lot. Two entirely separate problems that you go about in two entirely separate ways. Now, I could go on and on with more examples, but the point stands that when you look at a problem and you actually dissect what are all the individual pieces and what is the legitimate actual problem, not my kid can't focus or my kid won't take pills or my kid won't be motivated, but the actual legitimate problem, and you spend some time on that, that will tell you where to go and what the real answer is. Because with the pill thing, all you do is you go, okay, well, they need to practice swallowing things that won't hurt them, like a grain of rice, like swallow this one grain of rice, and after you practice that for a while, then okay, you've gotten good at that, eventually you work up to pills. Or if they're having trouble being motivated to use their focusing ability, then all you need to do is go, okay, why are they not motivated to do this? Do they not understand why? Is it some soul-sucking task that is just repetitive and boring and they see no reason to, so they get really frustrated because there is a lack of why? And by the way, tip here, if there is a lack of why, people with Asperger's just generally won't. I mean, they won't do it. They'll fight it. They'll resist it. It'll just be this giant fight to get them to do something, when in reality, they just see no point to it. So, I could go on and on for hours about this. I have gone on and on for hours about this inside of our communities like AE+. But if you'd like more information on how to use this methodology, how to get your kid out of defense mode, how to get them motivated, how to get them living life instead of clashing with you in every single thing, I encourage you to go to our website, to look at the materials we have, scroll down on this page and join our email list. Go attend a webinar on defense mode. Join AE+, and see all that we have to offer. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please share it around. Again, my name is Danny Rady. I am the CEO of Asperger Experts. I was diagnosed with Asperger's when I was 12. You have a great day, and think about it. Spend more time on the question.